We are just days away from the one-year anniversary of the Mother Emanuel massacre. All this week, we are devoting time remembering those who died. I traveled to Dallas, Texas to speak with Sharon Risher about her mother, Ethel Lance, and her crusade to make it more difficult for some people to get guns.
Mama opened the doors of that church and closed them at night. And everybody knew that something was going on. You had to talk to Miss Lance. But yet she loved to smile and dance. We would get together as a family and we'd put on music, and Mama put on that James Brown.
Those are the kinds of memories that help Reverend Sharon Risher deal with the murder of her mother, Ethel Lance. She has worked as a hospital chaplain here at historic Parkland Hospital, the same place where President John F. Kennedy died, for more than a decade. Her roots run deep in Charleston. Sundays were spent in the pews of Emanuel AME Church. Now her thoughts about Mother Emanuel are filled with heartache, images of her mother being killed during Bible study.
You know, I wouldn't think about it.
Recalling June 17, 2015 hurts.
I tried to put that out my mind.
Knowing that her mother spent her final minutes in a place she loved.
Because I just didn't want to go there.
With a man who was filled with hate.
I don't wish this on my worst enemy.
And committed to complete destruction.
Of course, the moment that resonated with a lot of people around the world is when your sister stood in bond court and said to the shooter, "I forgive you."
But I forgive you.
My first reaction was, how could she stand up there 48 hours later and said she forgive the man that killed our moms and our cousins and all those people in the church? How could she? But I think the city and everybody else latched on to that because it gave them a sense of hope. But to me, it was a false sense of hope because that's not really how everybody felt. Even to this day, the anger has subsided some, but I'm still angry.
Do you think you will ever live in Charleston again?
No, I probably will not ever live in Charleston again. The heaviness is like, my mom's is everywhere.
Sharon Risher has stepped away from her role as chaplain and onto the world stage.
I've had the opportunity to be a part of a rally on Capitol Hill when we tried to get people to understand that we're not trying to take anybody's Second Amendment away from them.
She is an unwitting member of a group who've lost loved ones to gun violence.
If you want a gun to go through a background check.
Pushing for what she calls responsible gun ownership.
A bullet is a bullet, and it can't come out the gun unless the person has the gun. I want America to get a different idea about the relationship that they have with their guns.
She is still a minister, but her message is different. Her mission now to prevent other families from losing loved ones to gun violence.
I can't do no less than to speak up, to make her life meaningful, and to let other people know that through your faith, you could walk through anything.
Accused shooter Dylan Roof was able to buy a gun from a West Columbia store despite a pending drug charge against him. Because of breakdowns in checking his background, Roof was able to legally purchase that gun. Reverend Risher is pushing now to close that so-called Charleston loophole by requiring that gun buyers go through a complete background check with no time limit.